You have players being traded for 3, 4, 5 first-round picks, trading all of their star players for picks.
I don't see Charlotte getting any better anytime soon. In my opinion, I think he should be traded, or he should do what he should do. Do
Who?
you think Lamelo Ball should request a trade?
No.
See, all right, this is why I'm gonna disagree with you. Don't
Okay.
get me wrong, Lamelo, he's young, he's in his early 20s, and he's playing with a bunch of young players, with Mikal Bridges, Brandon Miller, and a bunch of other young stars. I can't say that's not true because there's a lot of young stars surrounding around him. But he's only getting older, and obviously his contract, I think it was 7 years for like 250, two something. It was a good chunk. I think he should try to seek better chances because I don't see Charlotte getting any better anytime soon, in my opinion.
Well, Charlotte's a tough team because they haven't had a success in God knows how long at this point, right?
Exactly.
They got to find the right coach. They got to continue to, build up draft capital and hit on draft picks. They're one of these smaller market teams where they're not going to go out there and, buy a superstar from other teams, which is one of their downfalls. However, if you look at a blueprint similar to theirs, right? Similar to their market, look at Oklahoma City. They did it to perfection, trading all of their star players for picks, hitting on almost all of those fucking picks to have now a superstar on your team. On top of that, the coaching. It worked out for them. I don't see it. It's possible to work out. On the flip side of it, fuck LaMelo. If I'm a Charlotte Hornet GM, yeah, maybe I want to trade him. Maybe I want to get insane draft capital back. I mean, some of these players in the NBA, their demand is off the charts. You have players being traded for 3, 4, 5 first round picks.
Yeah, like when KD got traded a while
When like
back.
absolutely another one who may get traded this deadline, De'Aaron Fox, he's gonna get 3 first round picks
Oh, easily.
at least. So if you're a Charlotte Hornet GM, yeah, maybe you do hear offers on LaMelo. Maybe if somebody blows you out of the water with like 4 first round picks, yeah, maybe you discuss that within your circle. I think it's more or less on the franchise rather than LaMelo because, bro, if you request a trade, which everybody does now in the NBA, like the team is still going to do in their best interest because you're young and you're under control. It's not like you have a lot of power in these negotiations at his stage in his career.
That's fair.
So it'll be curious to see what happens. I mean, the NBA deadline is going to be very active too. Jimmy Butler is 100% going to get
Gone.
traded.
Gone.
De'Aaron Fox is now the absolute blue chip stock on the market. I'm curious to see where he goes. There's been a few rumblings on where he could be traded. It'll be interesting to see because a few teams could definitely use a point guard, such as the Los Angeles Lakers.
I say that.
So we'll see where things happen there. But I mean, not to mention the Pelicans could completely blow it up, and they have a lot of good players: Zion, Ingram, McCollum. So it's going to be curious to see. We're going to have a very active pod.
Which I do like to say. I'm very
Yes,
happy because when there's a lot of trades going on in the NBA, it's a lot of big trades. That's the one thing I can say about the NBA that not other like sports do is like when there's a trade, they're big trades. KD's getting sent over. James Harden's going somewhere. Paul George is going somewhere. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a trade no one fucking expects out of nowhere because it happens every year. Which is
and very one of the teams to look at, and I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But if you're talking like absolute surprises, it's Golden State.
I know.
Like not buying. I'm saying selling.
Yes.
So a lot of storylines left. I mean, we just hit the halfway point of the NBA season. We're a little bit over the halfway point. I believe, a lot of teams have played anywhere from 42 to 47 games. So we're right around that mark. And the trade deadline, pretty similar to the NHL, going to be around late February, early March. So it'll be fun to see, but yeah, that was a good question, Derek.
The last thing I want to say about this, with Lamelo Ball is like, say I see him fitting on like a Pelicans team to be exact, like a team that has like a good team built around but is missing one piece and is willing to give up their future capital to get him and try to go to the championship. Because in the NBA, it's I feel like the West is not always a given. The East is normally a given in my that now as I see, but the West is always a coin flip on who's gonna win.
Yeah, it's very strange. The East is usually like the top three, maybe four teams that kind of just steamroll everybody else. Last year it was the Celtics, and then previous years it was usually just between the Celtics and Milwaukee. So yes, I agree with you. There's not a lot of parity within the East, and it's looking pretty similar this year where you're gonna have Cavs, Celtics, Knicks, Bucks, and that's really the only ones who could really advance when it comes to the East. You're right. The West has so many different outliers, like the Clippers, who are in the sixth seed, could easily make a good run if healthy, if you have a healthy Kawhi. The Lakers could always make a run just because you have star power there. The Nuggets, never discount them, those champions.
Memphis.
Memphis, and then you have three, I don't want to say shocking, but very young one, two, threes in OKC, Houston, and Memphis. So lot of variety when it comes to the West. So I agree. Yes, you can definitely make things happen in the West with one piece here and there.
So, well, I'm glad that we spoke about the NBA, and we will be speaking a lot more about the NBA because it's getting bigger and bigger as it goes to All Star break and
Yep.
more shit going on in the NBA.